Welcome, dear students. This is your lecture number 5. Please open your book. Now, we are at chapter number 4. Open page number 39. The Great Train Journey. First of all, I'm going to read the chapter and then I'm going to tell you about difficult words. Listen carefully. Sajid waved to a passing train and kept waving until only the spiraling smoke remained. He liked waving to the trains. He wondered about the people in them and about where they were going and what it would be like there. And when the train had passed, leaving behind only the hot, empty track, Sajid was left alone. He was a little lonely now. His hands in his pockets, he wandered along the railway track, kicking at loose pebbles and sending them down to the bank. Soon there were other tracks, a railway siding, and a stationary goods train. Sajid walked the length of the goods train. The carriage doors were closed, and as there were no windows, he couldn't see inside. He looked around to see if he was behind being observed, and then, satisfied that he was alone, began trying the doors. He was almost at the end of the train when a carriage door gave way to his thrust. It was dark inside the carriage. Sajid stood outside in the bright sunlight, peering into the darkness, trying to recognize bulky, shapeless objects. He stepped into the carriage and felt around. The objects were crates, and through the cross section of the woodwork, he felt straw. He opened the door, and the sun streamed into the compartment, driving out the musty darkness. Sajid sat down on a packing case, his chin cupped in his hands. The school was closed for summer holidays, and he had been wandering about all day and still did not know what to do with himself. The carriage was bare of any sort of glamour. Passing trains fascinated him. Moving trains, crowded trains, shrinking, panting trains all fascinated him. But this smelly, dark compartment filled him only with gloom and more loneliness. He did not really look gloomy or lonely. He looked fierce at times when he glared out at people from under his dark eyebrows. But otherwise, he usually wore a contented look, and no one could guess just how deep his thoughts were. Perhaps if he had company, some fun could be had in the carriage. If there had been a friend with him, someone like Umar. He looked at the crates. He was always curious about things that were bolted or nailed down, or in some way concealed from him. Things like parcel and locked rooms, and carriage doors and crates. He went from one crate to another, and soon his perseverance was rewarded. The cover of one hadn't been properly nailed down. Sajid got his fingers under the edge and raised up the lid. Absorbed in this operation, he did not notice the slight shudder that passed through the train. He plunged his hands into the straw and pulled out an apple. It was dark, ruby red apple, and it lay in the dusty palm of Saj's hand like some gigantic precious stone, smooth and round and glowing in the sunlight. Sajid looked up out of the doorway and thought he saw a tree walking past the train. He dropped the apple and stared. There was another tree and another, all walking past the door with increasingly rapidity. Sajid stepped forward but lost his balance and fell on his hands and knees. The floor beneath him was vibrating. The wheels were clattering on the rails. The carriage was swaying. The trees were running now, sweeping past the train. and the telegraph poles joining them in the crazy race. Crouching on his hands and knees, Sargent stared out of the open door and realized that the train was moving fast, moving away from his home and puffing into the unknown. He crept cautiously to the door and looked out. The ground seemed to rush away from the wheels. He couldn't jump. Was there, he wondered, any way of stopping the train? He looked around the compartment again. Only crates of apples. He would not starve, that was one consolation. He picked up the apple he had dropped and pulled a crate nearer to the doorway. Sitting down, he took a bite from the apple and stared out of the open door. Now, students, please note down the difficult words. First one, spiraling, chalakna, wandered, tajub, track, puttery, satisfied, मुतमईन होना, peering, नजर दौड़ाना, shapeless, बेशकल, मस्ती, बोसीदा, कंपार्टमेंट, कमरा, क्राउडेड ट्रेन, भरी हुई रेलगाड़ी, shrieking, चीखना, फैसिनेटेड, मुतासर होना, ग्लूम, मलाल करना, लोनलीनेस, तन्हा या तन्हाई, कंसील्ड, छुपा हुआ, प्रिजर्वेंस, साबित कदमी, रिवॉर्डेड, इनाम मिलना या देना, क्लैटरिंग, खड़खड़ाहट, क्राउचिंग, झुक के चलना, कॉशियसली, एहतियात से, पफिंग, गहरी सांस लेना, कॉन्सोलेशन, तसल्ली देना.
Now I am explain this poem, this chapter in Urdu. साजिद एक लड़का था. उसे गुजरती हुई ट्रेनों को हाथ हिलाने का बहुत शौक था. एक दिन वो रेल की पटरियों के पास घूम रहा था तो उसे एक मालगाड़ी नज़र आई और वो मालगाड़ी के डब्बे में चढ़ गया ये देखने के लिए कि इसमें क्या है. खुले हुए इस डब्बे में सेब की पेटियां थीं. साजिद खुली हुई पेटी देखने में इतना मसरूफ़ हो गया था कि उसे ट्रेन के चलने का एहसास ही ना हुआ. जब वो सेब लेकर ट्रेन के दरवाजे पर पहुंचा तो ट्रेन तेज़ी से चल रही थी और उसके घर से बहुत दूर जा चुकी थी. साजिद ने सोचा कि यहाँ वो सेब खाकर अपना पेट भर लेगा. अभी तो वो ये सोच ही रहा था कि पीछे से किसी ने आवाज़ दी, खुश आमदीद दोस्त. Dear student, this is the end of today's lecture. Thank you.